I'm gonna go medic.
Yep.
I like the
Makes
well-rounded
a lot of sense now.
sort of play style.
You're right, of course. Your path is waiting. Tell Brabus and McCabe I sent you. They have what you need. They're the next step on your journey. Until next time. I see you, traveler. I knew you'd say that. Goodbye, traveler.
Giant rat? Miss Clementine heard someone needed help
Your
and went
friend is
running.
pretty bad.
That's just the kind of stuff she does.
Hope you ain't causing trouble, stranger. More work for me. That boy what talks to the root? I don't trust Wally with a hot meal. But I also ain't dumb enough to cross him. I don't reckon he was any more specific. Right. Well, the boy's crazy, but he ain't stupid. I can see your gear is, lacking, to say the least. If he asks, you tell him I gave you this. No charge. Riggs is gonna talk my ear off if I don't send you over to him next, isn't he? Fine. Go see Riggs, then. Tell him he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Bone saw. I love this detail. You can like zoom in, look at the models. They have all the descriptions. $69 damage. Nice. Like you can multi-class maybe or something. Like another banner could be here. like it.
I swear to God and my mother. Did Bo send you over here, or did you stumble your way over here yourself? Shit. You're serious, aren't you? Alright, so what the hell is this journey? Well, that explains it. Everything that old coot touches becomes a whole thing. If Ford's involved, you're gonna need all the help you can get. Fine. Well, the only reason anyone bothers me is because I'm good with a hammer. So either I can modify your weapons, or we can find a more creative use for it. Tell you what, I heard you picked up something strange on your little jaunt earlier. Maybe I could do something with it.
Okay, she makes weapon mods. Alright. Oh, I can make one already. Doesn't even say what this does. She could probably lean into the healing thing with healing shot. Burning's nice too. This sounds really useful though, this healing shot, if I'm going to be leaning into healing. These like gears on her neck look so bad. It's like 2D. I'll do healing shot.
There. That ought to help with whatever journey he saw you on. Just tell Wally to be more specific next time, yeah? So we're done here, right? Or do I need the hammer again? Let me save you some time so you don't keep nattering on. We used to live in that building over there. Then a stranger came. We called them the Wanderer. You might have noticed everyone gets a handle here. Anyway, they show up and stop the route.
MC,
now we
first
live
game.
in these buildings here. That clear it up for you? And me? I keep it real simple. Less to worry about that way. Look, it's not personal. I just don't like being distracted. I get into a zone, you know? Pisses me off when people come by and interrupt my me time. But I'll tell you what. You're clearly not the average stray that shows up here. So I'll make you a deal. You find anything interesting out there, bring it back to me and I'll see if I can use it to mod your weapons. Okay? Oh, and if you tell anyone I was nice to you, I will cut you.
Oh, friend. Glad to see you're all right. What can I do for you? That's right, but everybody calls me Riggs. I try to keep folks safe out there. My specialty is armor and weapons upgrades. Speaking of which, Bo mentioned you might need some help getting your feet back under you. Well, whatever you need, don't be afraid to ask. We all help each other out here. Even McCabe. I don't suppose he was more particular about why. Right. Well, I've got a pretty focused skill set. I reckon I know what he means. Come to me if you ever need to upgrade your equipment.
Oh, that's nice.
You safe out there?
Let you kind of go back if you regret upgrading something. Always like that sort of thing. I don't know why Control or C aren't crouch. They have it on Alt for some reason. Okay, C is ability 2, so that makes sense. I don't think anything's bound to Control. So I'm going to make that my crouch. It'll make my gun more accurate. It's probably worth getting sorted out.
Geared up and ready. Should we head out? Or, is there something you wanted to do first? I hear you. Take care of...
Gonna explore the town a little bit more. Though I think I talked to most everybody. I didn't talk to Whispers. I didn't see anything about these concoctions and stuff. Better go see what that's all about. Something really satisfying about that, like, chalk on chalkboard, like, scribble noise. Okay, so this is all like the starter gear for the most part. The drifter jackets. High noon duds. Ooh, that could come in handy. Art is the highest form of hope.
Heard Ford was waiting down by the old ward. Waiting for what? I do not know.
Hey, you're the newcomer, ain't you? Nora Camarillo. I keep folks alive around here. You know, you're lucky they found you when they did.
Amarillo.
Your friend was pretty bad. I got her just in time. She's great. A real spitfire, that one. I'd hang on to her if I were you. Not yet. She's asleep, and I'd like her to stay that way a spell. That girl's tough, all right. But right now, she needs rest. When she's up and about, I'll make sure you know. What you got? What are you trying to say, sunshine? Well, no need for that. You know how a doctor gets good at her craft? That's it. Same way you get good at anything. You learn a thing by doing it over and over again. For me, that means people who need my help. The more people there are suffering, the better I get at healing them. And sunshine, I'm the best damn doctor for miles. My grandfather, he'd been treating folk his whole life, nearly as long as the roof. I started assisting Grandpa when I was 5. Dressing wounds, making meds, cutting at the table, you knew was. He helped more people in his... But how I helped him most was even after a century, there's a hell of a lot to find. Tons. The old humans knew a lot about the human body, it turned. Did you know they used to be able to replace a man's lungs with some... Or put a dead man's liver in someone who's... To think of all the folks Grandpa and I could have saved if we had that kind of know-how. There's plenty if you know what to look for. Most of the basic meds are long gone. Stuff no one knows what to do with, what they don't got. What I never found once, that's why so many folks died when the root first showed up. Grandpa had to invent a treatment on his own. A treatment, not a cure. He'd probably... But after Grandpa figured it out, I don't know where he started. But I reckon every treat... You can thank him that your friend is still alive. Came here maybe 10 years back. My ma had died and Grandpa... It turned out good. The city's full of scrounge, and Grandpa made a living selling bandages and meds while treating folks for free. He even attended the old commander when she passed. Couldn't do much for her except ease her going. All right. Of course. I'll be here if you need fixing.
So many new faces these days. Welcome, traveler. I'm Reginald Malone. Saw you come in with Bo and Clementine there. Oh, you can be sure they'll do everything they can for your friend. Ain't the first to come through here needing help. I have been known to tell a story, or did you mean that I collect the stories? Because I do that too. And I... Oh, now that sounds like the start of a damn good story. What brought you out here? I hear that. Why, if half of old Mudtooth's tales are true, the world used to be a hell of a lot more connected. It's past time we took that back from the root, too. How about your friend? How'd you meet her? So you, owe her a debt? Or maybe you ain't no logic keeping tabs with people's lives. But look out, the only thing that makes humanity worth being around. Speaking of your friend, I heard she came in with a nasty case of root rot. What happened to you two out there? Yeah, I can understand that. But, don't forget about it either. Well, don't you worry. What about you? What do you hope to find out here? You're a good friend, traveler. I hope you stick around. This town could use folks like you. So, now I've got a measure of you. Is there anything I can do for you? Let's see what...
Consumables guy.
Now, if you need supplies, old Reggie's your guy.
Well, hey, get away from my stew!
Oh, it's you.
Oh, nonsense. I'm sure you had... So, what can old Mudtooth...
Careful now.
Quite a bit, stranger. The name, except maybe old Ford, of course. Only 3 reasons why folks come to see me. And that's town, you call it. Back in my day, a place like this... Nah, this ain't no town. Not yet. I lived by myself for years, see? Had myself a... what you calls it? A Hawkzz. That thing could fly to the moon and back. Anywho, I was living by myself when my boy Brabus showed up saying we should move on. Told me it wasn't safe for me to be living like I've been living no more. He told me about this place. Got some nice people here. Took some getting used to. Being around folks again.
This guy's voice actor's really good.
Well, Brabus, he's my son. 'Twere his idea to come join this little shanty town. No, he's over yonder at the shooting range, if you're looking to find him. Not much of a... That's so? Huh. Did it tell... That one too, eh? Listen, you sure I said there were 3 reasons? Huh. Only 2 reasons folks come... You bet your apple I can. But these ain't just stories, stranger. Ain't no one on this planet. She rules an old swamp about 100 miles off, and, folks say if you climb one of these here towers... But them ain't no ordinary swamp light. The Moth Queen draws her folk to her like... Anyway, she captures folks with her beauty and her mothy poke. If you head off that way, keep your wits about it. Don't think I... Did I tell you I was sick? It was after that wanderer came through here and cleared out the storm. I tell you, I saw down there in that rusted place was just machinery and roots twisted. No, that old place was called Ward 10 and 7. You can see it plastered all over, and it was built by human. Oh, he'll deny it, I'm sure. But all them electronicals they got down there are the same damn things you'll find. What were they up to down there? Now that's the question. Oh, you met my boy Brabus? Got into a scrap when he was 5, he did. Knocked down a boy, had to be, well, that boy's pa didn't take it none too well. That boy's pa wanted to take some skin out of me for it. Now, but, like I taught Brabus, say as I do as I say. Come to think of it, that's probably how Brabus got the way he is. Anyway, I fight the man. He could have crushed. I pointed at nothing at all behind him, then smooshed. Then, while he was a-spitting and a-sputtering, I hit him hard. And that, friend, is the true story. You want to know the truth to start off with. The boy ain't all that young. I mean, sure, he ain't nothing to old Mudtooth, but ain't a lot of folks around who remember him as a boy, no. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you. No. Why is that? Bo Ward, he made a deal with the Wanderer. Don't believe me? It was Bo who met the Wanderer at old Ward 10 and 3. And it was Bo who took him over to that Ward goose egg, the one where the root started. He won't admit it, but it was Bo what rescued Clement. The boy's more than he tells, and a good deal more than he knows. Why else would folk? You won't I ever tell you about the time I
guy has
killed
so many
300
stories.
deadwood? So, I lived up in this old, Helio Chapataka whatchahoozits. Great sniper's nest. Let me pop off dip. But one night, I wake up to a rustling and but they don't stop coming. And I'm thinking, this is finally it. So, I squint my good eye and prayed it scraped the pipe. And boom! Hold that. You know, I actually can't think of another good one. Curse a gift. Why, sure, but it ain't ready just yet. Well, maybe not that quick. I done already. Take care, young'un. Don't be a stranger.
Oh, a helikamutsuga, who's they call it.
Maybe you should just do it.
Bo is the mayor guy, I think. He was talking about. Yeah.
Geared up and ready. Should we head out? Or, right.
Still smells like home.
Here, take this. Just crank the handle to make it work. This used to be a research facility, cutting edge. We did things down here nobody dreamed of. Not before nor since.
Yet, for all our manpower, we didn't know what the stones really were. Until it was too late.
The stones.
The world stones. Giant red crystals that let us see into other worlds. Even travel to them. So, what? We just hide the stones away and hope the Soviets haven't found their own. No. We had to know everything there was to know about it. It was a matter of national security. Of pride. So yeah. We opened the door and walked through.
Something was waiting on the other side.
It didn't happen right away.
Hell, the inhabitants of the worlds we traveled to couldn't follow us. We thought we were safe. But yeah, the route found a way. After that, well,